What's up, guys? It's Michaela&Laney, and today we are going to be doing a Storytime video for you all.
Yes, our Storytime today is about our theater trip, or our Thespian trip, back in November.
I'm going to give you an update from the last video. I did not chip my tooth. In fact, I broke my top retainer. That's what it was. That's why it felt so funky. And then the chip in my tooth was a stain in my tooth because I love soda. International Thespian Society. We are part of that organization, and basically it is a organization that is all around the U.S. and it's a bunch of theater people who go
It's international, so it's...
Is it international?
It's called International Thespian Society, so it's international.
Well, it's the U.S. and other countries.
Places.
It's an organization where you get the opportunity to do different sort of events, and you get to go to different workshops, and it's all a bunch of theater stuff. It's a lot of fun. I almost just hit her in the face.
How this trip started, so last year I went on the trip, and this year I went again, and this is the year that we, people actually competed. So, she competed for...
I competed in the monologue individual event, or IE.
And then I competed in the stage managing individual event, or IE.
And she's going to nationals in a week!
I know, I am going to nationals. So how I found out nationals is actually a really funny story, and that's going to be at the end though, so you have to watch till the end to find that one out. But yeah, so starting this journey of us going, we left right after school, so we had to go from our classes and come right after school and load things into this charter bus and go in that. And
charter bus. It was like a half charter bus, half school bus. It was a little mix in between.
Our trip was at Grapevine.
It was in Grapevine, Texas, at the Gaylord Hotel.
Yes, which is right outside of Dallas. And so the Gaylord is so pretty, and it's during Christmas time, so it has the ice museum, which we did not go through.
Christmas tree with so many lights.
And it's a beautiful. I'll try to insert a clip of us walking through it because it's so pretty. But yeah, so that's where we went, and it was us with our friends, our theater friends. It was super fun. So how did your trip go?
My trip, guys. Okay, so we had the Thespians trip, and I started getting sick. So the day before, I was getting super duper sick. I could not talk. My voice sounded like this. It was really gross. I couldn't talk. I sounded like a worm. I was so congested. I felt super miserable. I'm about 90% certain that whole trip I had a fever. I had all the medicine to help make me feel better with my teacher. They had to keep giving me medicine. Oh, it was something, and it was really bad. It was a hoot, but I'll talk about that more as the story progresses. So, first day, we arrived at the Gaylord right around midnight, I think.
Yeah, it was super late, and then we had to just stand there with our bags waiting for our room, and it was we were all falling asleep in the lobby on each other.
We were super groggy. We were super cringe. There were bags missing, so teachers were like, okay, where's this person's bag? Okay, where's my bag? What the heck? Where are these bags going?
And then all the snacks, all of our breakfast food and everything went into one person's room, and it wasn't supposed to go in their room.
Me, her, and our friend Emily, we were roommates. And we had a king bed, and then we had a pull-out kind of couch,
a traveling bed thing.
I lived on that travel bed because I was I did not want to get anybody sick on that trip. That was my determining thing. I'm not going to get people sick.
And, every other room, they just kind of had the bed and the travel bed, just there. We moved the chair, we moved everything to where her bed could be across the room from us, because we were no. And she used my pillow to sleep.
Did. She has this big giant fluffy penguin pillow, and what's his name? Marshmallow. Luke Hemmings.
Yeah, it's named after Luke Hemmings.
And I slept with that, and I slept with another pillow that I had brought. And I mean, I was so groggy.
It was and it was so funny because she's so groggy this entire trip. I felt so bad for her, but she was trying to get the most out of it. We were all trying to just cheer her up.
So the first day we went to workshops, and we did different things. We couldn't go to the first one because we were checking in and stuff in the morning.
Yeah, but other than that, it was super. It was very fun. It was a fun, but story boring.
Yeah, except that I forgot to mention that we went to a workshop where Eric Lopez, who plays Hector in the TV show Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, taught us how to act in film and TV, and I love him, so I flipped out and fangirled. Anyways, back to the story.
And so that night, Michaela takes a ton of cold medicine, right?
I was so determined to get better before my IE in the morning. I was like, I'm gonna feel better. I turned our room into a sauna.
So me and Emily stayed up and talked. It was about 3 in the morning. And so she was asleep during all of this. All of the talking, all of this.
Dead asleep. I don't even remember this happening.
So,
I don't remember. But it happened,
yeah.
I guess.
So we started talking and we heard this noise, right? And we were like kind of at first just joking around that like our room was haunted and that there was a ghost and all this kind of stuff. And we were joking around. And then so in the bathroom, it sounded like it was coming from the bathroom. Like something was in the bathroom is what it sounded like, right? So we were like, oh great. And then like we hear this bang in the bathroom. And so so you're Emily. So we're on this king size bed. So we're kind of far apart. But we hear it and we both like reach over and grab each other's hand and we're like, what the heck? And we're like screaming. We don't make any sense. We're just all this kind of stuff. And she sits up on her bed. She doesn't remember this at all. She's so knocked out. She sits up on her bed and slowly turns. She's like this. She's like,
what kind of crasher you are?
And then goes boom and falls right back to sleep. And so me and Emily are just laughing hysterically and like freaking out. And our director's room is like right across the hall. And we're like, we're gonna get in so much trouble. And we were like, who cares? There's a freaking demon in our bathroom.
I woke up before they did because my competition was earlier. My competition was at 8 in the morning, so I woke up right around 6. So I was like, I'm gonna curl my hair. If I can't sound right, I'm gonna look right. I went into the room and I sat down and I had my Camelback bottle of water that I was constantly refilling in my lap, and I was sitting there and I was like, I kind of went like somewhere in the middle. I wasn't like first, but I wasn't last. So it was like kind of somewhere in the middle, a little bit closer to last, I believe. Yeah, the night before, like before they had came into my room, like I was so angry at myself. I was like, I am letting so many people down. I don't sound right, and like I'm a proud Christian, y'all. You know, that's a thing. So I was like, God, help me! I was like that. I was like screaming. I was like, no, the devil's not gonna bring me down. Like I was in such a state of like cold medicine weirdness. I was like, I got this. And like it was like I was like, I got this. You know what? It's okay. I got this. And it was like that energetic, like crazy, like I've got this. But my voice, like I had no voice, y'all. Like it was like I was performing my monologues with no voice, and part of that is like it was that was the first time I think I've ever done like 2 monologues. What's required when you do a monologue IE is you have to do a 1-minute comedic and a 1-minute dramatic. Despite the fact that my voice was so gone, I wasn't nervous, and I was just happy, and I was confident, and that was what made it. It was really cool for me because I was super proud of myself, and I was like, even if I don't make the nationals, because I was like, I really didn't think I was, just because my voice was so gone. I was really proud of myself, and that's what mattered, and that meant a lot to me. Tell us about your nationals experience, not your nationals experience.
Not happened yet, hasn't happened yet.
Your,
my competition. Like, so this entire time, like monologue IDs, they would like perform their monologues for them. I didn't do that because I didn't like rehearse anything with them, so they were like, right before my thing, they wanted to hear my presentation. And I already talk fast, if you haven't noticed. So I talk really fast, and then when I'm nervous, I talk super, super fast. And so I was like, and went through it, and they were like, slow down. And so very nervous because they were like, we didn't understand any of that, and they were like, it was not a very good rehearsal of it. And then, but when I went in there, it was just super chill. Very just like natural, kind of just, it was nice because it was really just talking about what you did. Like it's not like you could change anything at that point. You're just like, yeah, so I did this, like, you know, and it's just a nice experience. And then when they ask you questions, it's just kind of like, it's a very personal thing. And so that was just really fun. And then I stayed for everyone. A lot of people just left, but I stayed for everyone. And then before I left, I thanked them for judging because they have to take their time out of their day. Like our teacher had to go judge. And so I was like, thank you so much for judging. And then I left after my IE. We met up and we went and looked at colleges.
Yeah, that was
really fun.
That was a lot of fun. And that's part of what we're doing for Thespian this year. Or at least I am. I'm gonna do like college auditions and stuff.
Me too.
And I'm super excited about that. We got to interact with a bunch of different colleges, which was super fun. Especially since I didn't like exposing myself to college, especially since I was a junior, and that really scared me. So
yeah,
it was really eye-opening. especially now that I've done a lot more college research.
Yeah. It was really nice, like, talking to colleges, and they give stickers. I have a lot of stickers from colleges, and I love stickers. So that was my favorite part. That night is when I found out I was going to nationals.
Right!
So this is the story. And I went and got in the shower because I was like, okay, I need a shower this day off.
And then Mr. K called on her phone, so I was like, being the best friend I am, I grabbed her phone and was like,
"What's up? Delaney's in the shower."
And then like in like a really like, it almost like sounded like a very scary voice to me. He was like,
I need to see her now.
and so I was like, okay, I'll let her know.
And
Bye! And so I literally went to the shower and I knocked on the door. I was like, Delaney, Kay needs you now!
yeah, she came in screaming bloody freaking murder. And I'm
Screaming
like,
bloody freaking murder with the little voice that I had.
she's screaming at me that Kay needs me and I need to get out of the shower, right? I run down to the lobby. And in the elevator, I'm like panicking because I don't like to get in trouble. I don't ever really
Very
get in
goody
trouble.
two-shoes.
I'm a very goody two shoes.
Which, like, we both are, honestly.
Yeah, but like I don't get in trouble. So especially in theater, I don't get in trouble. So I was like very concerned, and I was sitting there thinking of all the stuff I had done that day and all the things I had done yesterday, and thinking, what would I be in trouble about? So I get down there. And my teachers, I'm like, where are they? So I like call him. I'm like, where are you? Because there's a ton of people in this lobby. My teacher, he comes and he grabs me and he's like, you're going to nationals and stuff. And I was like, oh.
And while this was happening, I was in the hotel room and I was like refreshing the app because I was trying to see who from our troop advanced. She was the only person from our troop who advanced, and I was like, yeah!
Which I'm really.
Everyone else like around us in our troop was very sad.
But
But then I was over here like, woo!
So I am down there like still thinking I'm in trouble. And so when he's doing that, I'm not processing what he's saying. And I'm like, what? And so so then he's like looking at me, and he's like waiting for my response. And I just go, what? And he goes, I know, right? And I go, wait, what? I was so confused. And he's like, you're going to nationals. And they showed me, and I started crying. So I started crying because I was so anxious about getting in trouble, and I was so happy. And then I was like, very confused. So all these emotions, and I'm like, so I start crying. So I call my mom, and my mom's on the phone, and we're talking, and she's like, yay, great, I'm glad. And she's like, who else advanced? And I was like, nobody else advanced. She goes, oh no. And then I start sobbing. So I
started completely sobbing because nobody else advanced. And I'm over here like, woo!
Yeah. All my really close friends are in theater, and these are all the people who competed. Sorry, I'm playing with this thing and I keep dropping it, so I'll stop playing with it. But all of them competed, and I was so upset that they didn't get to go on. In my head, I was like, I don't deserve to go on any more than they do. And so I was like super upset. And so then my teacher was like, we need to go up and tell everyone. And then I get a phone call from her. And
like,
so I answer it, and she starts screaming, and Emily's in the background going, good job, and all this kind of stuff. And they're all screaming and telling me congratulations and all this kind of stuff.
We were having a hoot. We were
And
so excited.
Yeah, and I was like, so I guess you already know. And so Mr. K was like, let's go up there and talk to them. So we go up there. I'm like crying, and I look down the hall, and two of the competitors, not my competitors, but they competed, and they were down the hall, and they were from our troop, and they were crying because they didn't advance. And I felt terrible. So, especially when one of them was a senior, and I really wanted her to go to nationals. So I like ran into my room, and they were like, yay! And I just started crying into Michaela.
She walked into the room and started sobbing. I was like, babe, why are you sobbing? What's wrong? So like that's like my automatic instinct. Like I was like gave her a hug. I was like, what's going on? She was like, I'm the only one in advance, and it feels so bad because I don't want people to feel like I'm being selfish. Or, like it was a stupid rant. I love you, but like it was like
I was also really
celebrating
tired.
her, and she was like, I feel so bad for everybody else. And so internally I was a little sad, but like in the grand scheme, I'm chilling. It was fine.
I felt so bad, but like
she felt so freaking bad.
And so we were up there, and I tell them, I was like, I don't want to see anybody else because I don't want them to like know. I don't want to tell them. My director and he had like gotten everybody from our troop.
And she was in the room crying.
Yes.
And everybody from our troop was outside the door.
Yeah, they walked into our room. Like they ran into our room. Well, two of them, my director and Noah. We have two Noahs. Both Noahs came into the room. And I like walked up, and they're like, yeah, I'm so happy for you and stuff. And I'm like crying and stuff. I'm like, I'm so sorry.
She was profusely apologizing that she made it to nationals. And I was like, Are you like, bro?
That's why I felt so bad. I was like, I'm so sorry. And like they were like, no, don't be sorry. Like we're so excited for you. And I was like, no, I'm so sorry.
She was so upset.
And that was a really fun trip.
And kind of, okay, so that night as well, like, I was, well, like, I was trying to be super happy for her, and I was. Like, I'm not saying I wasn't, but I was also like, oh, dang, you know, I was hoping, like, maybe I'd beat the odds, because, like, I knew that especially since I was sick, that my odds were very much stacked against me, and I felt also really bad because our friend Noah, like, I had been seeing him work on his project, and he was doing costume design. I had been seeing him work on his project since, like, the beginning of August. And so when he didn't advance, I knew inside, I was like, while we were, like, comforting Laney and cheering her on, like, he was dying, so, like, I was trying to make sure he was fine. Like, as I was thinking, I was like, you did good. I was texting a lot of people on our trip, I was like, you did good, no matter what. Because that's the truth. I feel like we all gave very strong performances, and just because we didn't make it to nationals, that's okay. Life goes on, and for a lot of us, we had next year, and if not a lot of us, we had our lives ahead of us, and a lot of us are doing theater stuff, especially our Thespian troop seniors last year. They were all really doing theater things, or they were doing something that would, that made them happy. So it was one of those things that we were all, it was a really fun experience overall. I think I had a lot of fun, and we have our national qualifier, so please wish her luck in the comments, because she goes, by the time this video's up, she will be at nationals.
Oh, also when we got home, she found out that she was sick with 2 things.
I had bronchitis and strep, and I had to get the Rocephin shot.
As soon as she
and
like,
inhaler and tons of medicine.
yeah, as soon as she texted me that, I was like, ooh, and I threw my pillow in the wash. It was a super fun trip, and we, at the end of this video, I'll just insert some pictures of our trip and just have like a little picture section, because it was super fun. I'm glad we went with everybody, and there's a lot of seniors that went with us, and we're not going to get to go with them next year, so it's going to be really fun to just show that. So the ride back was super fun, but it's more of just like fun stories.
Yeah, there was a lot of
like,
fun stories we had from it.
Yeah, so, but it's a super fun trip. So if you are in theater and your troop, if your school has a Thespians troop, then you should just totally join,
because it's so much fun. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Yes, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to give this a like if you did enjoy it.
Leave us some comments. We always are responding to our comments, as many as we can. And subscribe and click the notification bell so you can be notified every time we post another video. This video, we hopefully are posting, our videos come out every Tuesday at 5 o'clock unless something happens, like moving. It happens, life happens, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you guys next Tuesday. Bye!